Hello guys, today we will be discussing about the create statement in SQL. Now create statement can be used for two situations. The first one is to create a database and the second one is to create a table. Now we will deal with the first one first, that is the database creation part. Now for database creation, the syntax is create database and then the database name. Okay, now I want to remind you of something. The parts of the statements, SQL statements that I will be writing in the caps, they are predefined and constant for every user, and the parts that I will be writing in lowercase, they are user defined and will vary from user to user. For example, in this SQL statement, the create database part, it's constant for every user, but the database name part is user defined, that is it will vary from user to user. Now in this statement, the create database name, we will create a database. Okay, now only creation of the database will not do everything. For using that database, we need to change the current database to the database that we have just created. For that, the statement is use and then database name. Okay, and keep one thing in mind: after every SQL statement there should be a semicolon, otherwise that statement will not be executed. So we have changed the current database to the one we have created. Okay, now after that, what we can do, we can create tables that will be stored in this database. Before that, I will show you how these two statements work. Now this is the SQL command line client. So here I will write the create statement, the first one, create database, and let's give our database a name. Let it be default. Okay, so default. Okay, so default can't be used as a database name. Let's use something else. Let's use def. So our database has been created. Now what we will do, we will change our current database to the database def. For that, we will write the statement use and then the database name, that is def. So see, database changed, that means our current database is def. So this was about these two statements. After that, the second part of the usage of create statement, that is the creation of tables. Now creation of tables, the syntax for that is create table, then table name, and then in braces we will specify the fields that we want to see in the table, that is column 1 and its data type, then column 2 and its data type, and so on, depending on how many columns we want to see. So in this way we can create a table. Now if we want to check whether our table has been created or not, for that there is a statement known as the DESC statement, or in other words the describe statement. its syntax is DESC and then the table name. What it does, it displays the framework of the table or the blueprint of the table. Now let's see what these two statements does. Now create table, then table name, that is table 1, and then we will specify the fields that we want to see in the table. Now we want to see name and its data type will be varchar with its size 50. Then we want to see age with its data type int, and we also want to see city and its data type also varchar with size 30. So table has been created. Now let us check whether the table has been created or not. For that we will use the DESC command or statement, and table name is table 1. See, our table has been created with the fields name, age and city. Their data types variable character, integer and variable character respectively. Initially they all have null values and their default value is also null. They don't have any primary or foreign key assigned to them, so the key column is empty. Now after that what we can do, we can delete the database. Okay, now before deleting the database, I want to show you another method of creating table. Now in this method what we will do, we will be having a table, and from that existing table we will create a new table by importing some columns from the pre-existing table. Now the syntax for that is create table, new table name as select, and then column, that the columns that we want to import, column 1, column 2 and so on, from existing table name. Okay, so this was the syntax for writing the creating a table from an existing table. Okay, now let's see how it works. So the syntax was create table, new table name, let's say table 2 as select. We want to import the name and city from the existing table, name, city from existing table name is table 1. Okay. Okay, now the new table has been created. Now we want to check whether the new table has been created or not. For that we will again write the DESC command, DESC our new table name, that is table 2. See, the name and city fields have been imported from the existing table and our new table, the table 2, has been created. So this was about creation of database and creation of tables. Now what we will do, we want to delete the database. Now for that we will use the drop statement. The syntax of drop statement is drop database name. So drop database name. let's see how it works. Drop database name was, our database name was default, database name was def, def. Okay, so our database has been deleted. Let's check it out. For checking whether the database has been deleted or not, we will use the use statement only. Use def. Okay, see, unknown database def. It means that our database has been successfully deleted. So this was all about this video, the create statement, which is a very basic statement of SQL. In my next video, I will be discussing about how to insert values in a table. That will be a short video. So thank you and stay tuned to my channel for my upcoming videos.